mercurial energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, I want to say, first of all, if this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are ATRs are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. Salutations to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Adjays, even those in Christianity. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. This is our Bible study night. This is where we break down the word and we utilize real situations to solve real problems. To each and every, what's up, Mama Susan Gemini in the house, and then I got my Raina Gemini in the house, my baby Scorpio, and then my Demetrius is in the house, Gemini. I want to say that this is an opportunity for many of you guys that are involved into conjure into any form of the ATRs when it working with melanin energy, frequency, and vibration. I want to say, what's up, my Boaz? Thank you for joining me on tonight. Welcome. Bring your lights in. And I'm really excited because I'm on this cleansing journey. I'm killing parasites like nobody's business. I'm excited for many of you guys that are receiving testimonies. I created another instant. I'm gonna hold that off. I'm utilizing it, so I want to know how it works. I've been utilizing on Mother Susan as well as myself, experimenting. The scientist that I am. But since she's been here, she had some other issues. And when it at 70 years old, she was going to the bathroom extensively. Majority of that has been cut down over half. She has been able to eat her food and digest it well and not have no issues with her stomach. What's up, Ryan, in the house? When I say that I am getting together myself and melanated people, Ryan said, I can't wait to get that parasite clean. When I say this trial with my health has brought out some of the best conjure in me, manifestation. Mother Susan used to be always stuffy, and she kept this Vicks vapor rub thing that she used to put in her nostril, and now what I've been doing with her, she don't have no pain in her eyes. She's not been having any congestion. She's been able to breathe quite freely. So we get some manifestation, and I'm talking about quick manifestation. I consecrate everything. So I've been doing ceremonies over this new incense and this new powder that I have. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. This is a platform that we testify openly about the manifestation that we have with our egos, with Orisha, Aloha, and Kisi. Just magic, melanin magic in general, because we melanated people need to see people manifesting. I think the biggest concern that I have is that people are more interested in the tradition and titles than actually manifestation. What good is your title and what good is your tradition that the manifestation is not taking place? So we want to reverence the Egun and the spirits that have been working with me and our tribe and our just the people that have been supporting what we have been doing here. Melanin people. When I say it's working, it's working. The mucus is coming up. Thank you, Demetrius. Please put any questions in the super chat. Please join our membership. And trolls, go find someone else to play with. Demetrius, I love how you articulate. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, we are honored to be here tonight. This is our Bible study night, and we're going to be talking about something that is really going to interest you in your conjure, in your manifestation. Thank you for hitting that like button as you guys come in. At the very least, hit the like button. I mean, don't just come in and watch. I don't know what's the fascination. All we got here is melanin power. All we got here is melanin authority. All we have extraterrestrial knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So I don't know the big deal or why our channel is being stopped. I am truly a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces. I'm going to be coming from James, the 1st chapter, verse 14. And my subject tonight in our Bible study setting is afford your addictions. I'm going to say it again. Afford your addictions. I don't care if you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I don't care if you initiated, not initiated. This applies to you. I don't care if you don't believe in God. I don't care. I don't care if you think you believe in God more than anybody on planet Earth. It still is applicable. I want to talk about something from the book of James. Oh, there they go. I was looking for these. I be putting inserts in so I find my pages. But I'm going to be coming from James, the 1st chapter, verse 14. And it says, but every man is tempted or tested when he is drawn, pulled away of his own lust. His only desires. Whatever path you're on, your desires got you there. I don't care if you've been practicing Ifa for many, many years. Your desires, your own lust, got you on that path. It goes on to say, and entice. We all, based off of our lust or desires, we are enticed by different things. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your genre is. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. Everybody got desires. Everybody got desires. And I want to give an example as I break this thing down. What I like about P. Diddy, and I was never a fan, I'm like Trump now. I was never a fan of Puffy. I enjoyed some of his music or things that he produced or shows that he produced. I enjoyed all that, but I was never a fan. I became a fan of P. Diddy. I became a fan in this court case. In this trial, I found out how smart this Negro was. Because people can write their own biography. They can make their own personal claims. But only when you get tested, and as openly as he has gotten tested, I am under the conclusion that he can afford his addiction. His lust, his desire, he can afford. A lot of us are out here. We're mad with people, places, and things because we can't afford our desires. Whatsoever that may be. The desire to have multiple women or multiple men. You can't afford that. Some of y'all don't understand the power of addiction. This isn't something somebody got to make you do. This is something you're drawn to. I need y'all to understand that I don't care if you're an ephod, conjure, obia. I don't care if you the top of the food chain. I don't care if you're at the bottom of the food chain. I don't care if you got money on a $10 billion on the boat cheap. I don't care if you broke and you can't rub two nickels together. We all got desires. And we're all going to be tested by those desires. Because we have them. I want everybody to understand, melanated people. Why you judging another man or woman that is on trial for their desires? Can you, sir and ma'am, afford those addictions that you have? Because we all have them. The word addiction means this: the fact or the condition of being addicted to a particular substance, a thing, or activity. Y'all know I talk about my orgies. I talk about a lot of stuff. I'm addicted to power. I'm drawn to people and places and things or substance that ring power. You understand? See, the thing about being able to afford your addiction is also to understand your addiction. Some of y'all don't even understand your desires, and neither are you taking the time out to understand those desires that you have, the secret desires and the open desires that you have. Why did I bring that up? Because people can ensnare you based on your desires, based on your addictions. Nobody has to force me to go and buy clothes. I'm going to find the resources to shop. Some addiction you have, and the society is not against them. But some other addiction is hidden in society. And depending on how you perceive your desires and your addictions, you may handle them very differently depending on what it is. Also, the word addicted means this: when you are physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance, unable to stop taking it without incurring adverse effects. That means whatever you're addicted to and being drawn, it's not just physical, it's also mental. And how can it be your desire, or how can it be your lust, without you claiming it and acknowledging that you have certain things in your life that you are addicted to, you're dependent upon? I wrote down here, some of y'all addicted to excuses. You're not addicted to solutions. You're addicted to excuses. You can find an excuse in the middle of an ocean of solutions. See, this ain't bad or good. It's what you're addicted to. What you're drawn away. What gets your attention. What pulls you mentally and physically. Some of y'all are addicted to bum ass niggas. Huh? If nobody else will find that nigga that's a bum, you will locate him or her. You will bring that energy into your life, because everything that you're addicted to carries an energy, a frequency, and vibration. Everything that you are drawn to because of your desire, it carries an energy, a frequency, and a vibration. Huh? When we talk about substance, all y'all think about is drugs. The Bible tells me that faith is the substance. Whether doubt is something you're addicted to or faith. Some of you are addicted to religion. You ain't good at it, but you're addicted to it. You can't go nowhere without your church. You can't go nowhere without your Bible. Even though you don't understand it and even though you can't work it. But you're addicted to. Some of y'all are addicted to nothing but titles. When them elecades came out, black people went bananas. Some of y'all done tore up your whole relationship, marriages, family members. You done start speaking to people behind some goddamn beads. When you are addicted to something, you're not rational. There's a mental and a physical operation going on. Give me some bees. Give me some bees. You worked in a crackhead looking for cocaine rock. Like Whitney said, crack is whack. Because some of y'all feel like your addictions are better because you not crack cocaine, you snort powder. Oh, I do roots, but I don't use it for evil. Bitch, you still addicted to roots. Conjure, mysticism. I want this to be clear. Because when you get tested by your addiction, because you're going to be drawn to these people, these places, and these things. Whatever it is. I want to know, certain man, can you be like P. Diddy, Sean Combs, and afford the shit that you are addicted to? Can you defend it in a court of law? Can you defend your passions that you have? And when we mean afford, that means you don't need somebody else to help accommodate your addiction. Because a lot of y'all got addiction you can't afford. The ignorance that you addicted to, you can't even afford it. You are willfully walking in ignorance. And you can't afford nothing that the ignorance is going to bring into your life. That's why you're so frustrated. Because you got things that you desire in this thing called life. And you can't afford them. And therefore you are upset with other people for not helping you obtain them. I want to talk to somebody today. I can't help you get crowned. Because you ain't showing the passion. If you are addicted to Mafedi Fum Oya, Yanza, Obatala, and Ligba, if you are addicted to the Orishas, then I can assist you. Because you have to have the desire. You got to be, I don't care what's going on. If you hear Orisha music, you should be drawn away to it. See, addiction to substance, things, and places is not a negative thing. But people trying to convince me that spirituality is first in their life. You're not dependent in prayer. See, I know how to lead myself to the rock that is higher than I. When my heart is overwhelmed. See, a part of spirituality is a dependence upon the power of the Most High. Whether that's divine feminine, whether that is divine masculine, or whether that's argon energy. I depend on the power of the kingdom. I depend on the power of the ancestors. Because when you're addicted to something, you're always trying to find a way back to it. You're always trying to find a reason to be in prayer or be in communication or venerating. See, I know my addictions. I know my desires. And therefore, I don't let people trip me up because of those desires. I don't let people ensnare me because of those desires. Because you got to be able to afford. Because some people say, oh, he power hungry. I'm not power hungry. I'm addicted to power. I said because a lot of people think I do anything for power. That's not true. I would not do anything for a particular power. But the power that I have, I will serve it to the utmost. See, when people think they understand your addiction, when they think they understand your desires, they try to label you. They try to get people to see what you're addicted to as something foul, unreasonable, irrational. See, a lot of you don't understand enough about you as an air sign, enough about you as a water sign, enough about you as an earth sign, enough about you as a fire sign. And people utilize your things that you relate to, and they ensnare your desires. I have people knowing that I don't like to lose. They try to make their responsibility or their situation my responsibility. So I will feel compelled to win their situation or win their case. But I got wisdom. You're not going to take my desire to win and make me think I'm responsible for the bullshit you done in your life. The roads that your desire had taken you down. The desires of your heart done cause you to say shit and write checks you can't cash. I want to know tonight on Bible study, as we break down these desires and where they come from, and how to maintain a healthy sense of addiction. Because the minute you say you're not addicted to drama, the next time we catch your ass in some drama. The next time we catch you at the video store buying a video or DVD of drama. When you deny your addiction, you get exposed. Because you're going to have a craving for your desires to be fulfilled. Huh? You can go into church and get 1,000 Bibles, sir. But if you got a desire to suck dick and eat some ass, that's just what you're going to do. After all them 1,000 Bibles get through doing what they need to do, you're going to find some dick in them pages. So unless you, sir, get a control of your addiction and some self-control over when and how your desire is fulfilled, you're going to be in the back alleys of the church trying to find you a fulfillment. See, the more you understand your addiction and your desire, you can regulate how and when they are exercised and who they're exercised with. I love men and women that try to go cold turkey on their addictions, especially sex. And let me explain this, because I'm going to break it all down. This is Bible study name. When you try to practice abstinence, and when you have been already touched, see, easier to practice abstinence if you have never been touched. But those people that try to starve their desires, people like me be waiting on you, because you gonna fuck like you ain't never fucked before. When you ever break, I done been in church trying not to have sex, and then what we call in the church world backslide, I been went through 7, 8 people before I hit brakes and realize what I've done. I be hungry. You can have a desire for power, but don't be hungry. You can have a desire for prosperity, but don't be hungry, because you're going to be rushing into things because you're trying to get fed. That desire got to be fed. It's your energy. It's your frequency. It's your vibration. The mere fact that you keep trying to deny that that desire is there, you're going to have that desire controlling your ass. And you're going to be a married man or a married woman out there booting your ass out there through the window, trying to break out of your marriage because you got that freak in you. You in poverty and you addicted. You addicted. Listen to all these people tell you that it don't matter. Think that you don't have to have a knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who you are and what's going on with you. And then people will manipulate those desires. You are with an abuser because you're addicted to a relationship. You are addicted to bare minimum. It don't matter how many opportunities you are offered, you are addicted to bare minimum. I remember my mother telling me, my mother's a Virgo, and she was telling me about flying high, riding high on the hog. And it's better to stay low because you're earth sign. That's how they talk and think. And I told her this, I said, Mama, I'm not going to not fly like an eagle because I fear falling out the sky. I said, if I fall, because that's what she was hinting at, I will fall as an eagle, not as a pigeon. See, some of you don't understand enough about your desire. See, when you understand your desire, you understand the pros and the cons of your desire. I really believe that P. Diddy understood his desires. And he knew how to walk with that desire. And he didn't get himself in so much trouble that he couldn't afford to get his own ass out of that trouble. You, on the other hand, you got desire that you can't afford. You're not trying to create the currency around your desire. So when your desire get hungry, it don't have to be famished. You can feed it moderately. You can feed it soberly. Some of y'all abstain from alcohol, and then when you get a bottle, you almost try to drink your liver outside your soul. There ain't no wisdom. The wisdom is understanding what draws you and tempts you, what tests you. Because I don't have a infinity, because I can smoke because of ceremony, but I don't have a desire to smoke like that. So I can never smoke again. It won't bother me. But if somebody asks you, could you never fuck again? That would bother me. That would bother me. I know my desires. I know that my desire in spirituality, only thing I care about is energy, frequency, and vibration. I don't give a damn about, I respect it. Let me say this. I respect rituals and culture and all that. But if it ain't no magic in it, I'm not interested. I'm not going to go to a voodoo ceremony because they said it's for Ezeli Dontor or Ezeli Frida or Brand Sumzi. If they ain't bringing the spirit in, I don't want to see Egum. Because I can see Egum. I want to see that particular Loa. And then you'll draw me. But you can't put a picture up there and draw me. I'm not drawn to the image of things, the aesthetic of things. I'm not gonna go to a party for Mafedifun Oya or Yanza because it's an Orisha party. If you're not bringing down the Orisha, I don't care to meet these people. I don't care to be entertained by these people. If I want entertainment, I know I watch Whitney Houston. Huh? I watch her sing a song while she high. Cause that's very entertaining to me. A lot of you guys, when you get into these practices and you get into spirituality and you get into conjure or trying to work your Bible effectively so your prayers can hit harder, you forget you got desires. Because those desires will make you betray people that trusted you. Your desire to be seen. Your desire for fame. Your desire for recognition. See, anything could be an addiction. It says, a substance can be addiction. A thing could be an addiction, and an activity. You addicted to going to church. You ain't addicted to the power of God. You go with anybody to church. You don't care. But you can't afford that addiction. Because when you get in trouble and you need the anointing, Isaiah 10:27, you ain't got it. And you don't know nobody that got it because all you do is go to church. Some of y'all want to look so spiritual. You're addicted to looking spiritual. You ain't addicted to spirituality. Just looking and sounding. Just because you quoting scripture don't mean you know your Bible. Just because you chant mantras and of that nature don't mean you got no power, bruh or sis. You just addicted to spiritual fetishes. You just like a Gemini can be a thought whore, you are a spiritual fetish whore. Every time, if it's a Obeah man got something, you want that. If somebody in Ephod got something, you want that. If somebody in Voodoo got something, you want that. You just want to have things that represent power to you, but you ain't got no power, cause you never sat down to understand your energy, your frequency, your vibration, and you ain't learned it enough to be able to work with other energy, frequency, and vibration. So therefore, you can't build a solid relationship. But you got a lot of shit. You got a lot of titles. Ain't got no real authority, but you got a lot of titles. You got a lot of. You done had a lot of jobs. We'll give you that. You done had 97 jobs. But you ain't invested in none of them jobs. And you ain't gonna have much of a Social Security check. But we can give you credit that you done applied and got hired by 97 jobs. We gonna give you credit. You are addicted to getting hired. You ain't addicted to working. You ain't addicted to seeing what it feel like to be vested. But you are addicted to the interview process. And that's each their own. Everybody got that thing that they are addicted to. I'm a Jupiterian man. So I love abundance of things. So if I'm addicted to something, that I have a desire for something, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a lot of it. But I understand. The word afford means, can you maintain your addiction and still function? I'm going to say that again. I didn't say you could not invest. I said, can you afford your addiction? Can you afford all them goddamn lawyers and still keep your mansion? Can you afford to sell drugs and still afford to maintain the lifestyle of all them hoes you got out there? See, you're going to get mad eventually because you can't afford your desire. And you're going to get mad because other people start falling off because you no longer finance that whoredom that you so richly desire. I'm breaking all down. Huh? You want to be so great in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, but you can't afford that desire. Now you feel like everybody's scamming you. Because now you can't afford Orisha and to pay your rent. You can't afford Orisha and afford the Ebo. Ain't nothing wrong with having a desire. I don't care who you are. Desires are good. If you can afford it. The reason why some of y'all won't fulfill your dreams because you don't want to afford your dream. You want everybody else to afford it. So you can have it. You want to be around other people that are powerful, that are skillful, that are great in the craft because you can't afford and you won't afford the time to study to show yourself approved. You don't want to put the hard work in. You want the benefits, but you don't want, because some of y'all are addicted to bullshit. Praise the Lord. And nonsense. I don't care if you at the PTA meeting, you with the bullshit. I don't care if you in the situation room with Trump, you with the bullshit. I don't care how severe something is. I don't care how joyous it is. I don't care how playful it is. You always with the bullshit. No matter what the level of society you find yourself in. You're addicted to the bullshit. You'll find a bullshitter when a bull ain't nowhere around. These are the things that I tell people. If you don't get a hold of yourself, the real you, and don't go through your own desire and why you desire them, and what realistic you can do about your desires. Some of y'all want to see certain people dead. You want to see your desires upon your enemies. I told you I'm going to break this down, this Bible study. Why not? You want to see your desires upon your enemies. People you call your enemies. But the sad thing about it, you can't afford them people to die. Because without them people, you have no purpose. Without a Joker, there is no Batman. The very thing that you say you want to happen, you can't afford it to happen, because if God deliver you out of that relationship and that from that man or that woman, then people gonna really find out that you wasn't all that in the first place. There's people that are addicted to basic ass people so they can feel better about who they are. That's an addiction. Because you will never be around or surround yourself with melanin, excellent people. People that are excelling in their own desires and fulfillment of what they request. You don't like hanging around them people. You gonna call me bro. I'm not your fucking brother. I'll fuck your brother. And you don't know if I'm gay straight about because you can't even witness it. And call me crazy. I don't get a crazy yet. I'm getting paid for what I'm doing. Are you getting paid? That's crazy. Giving out unsolicited advice. Nobody asked you. I feel sorry for the pussy that birthed you in the world. Cause that's some sorry pussy. And we ain't mad at you. We mad at that bitch that didn't swallow. She could have did us all a favor and gargled you up. She been sucking dick and swallowing all that time. Why you ain't swallowed that name? Now we got this motherfucker. I digress. I'm like, so for you. Sicily, 1917. My point is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm addicted to truth, whether it work for me or against me. I suffer loss behind truth, just like anybody else. I know I can come on this platform and sugarcoat shit and appeal to your desires and appeal to what I see that you want, even though I know you're not ready for it. Even I know you ain't in a position in your life to afford what you desire. It's nothing that I'm saying tonight is trying to discourage you. I want to know, can you afford your addiction? That thing that draws you away. I didn't ask you what you wanted. I said, could you afford your addiction? All you do is break up in relationship. Can you afford to keep having that reputation that you don't work well with others? Can you afford that? Because after a while, a pattern is going to be made and people are going to realize that you're the problem. I would never go around talking about my family this and my family that, because that don't mean I'm shit. You bragging on somebody, another person, place, or thing don't mean that you are that person, place, or thing. You're addicted to other people's accomplishment, trying to clothe yourself in their accomplishment. You're a professional flogger. It doesn't mean I can't acknowledge the success of my family. But I've never led with that success. Because that don't mean that's my money. That don't mean that's my property. That doesn't mean those are my vehicles. I say that was my grandmother's car. I say that was my uncle's truck. I say that my cousin's did. I had to go out there and get my own. I got my own desires. I got my own addictions. And they may not want to finance my addiction. Matter of fact, I know they ain't going to finance it. Now, my uncle used to buy me pussy when I was a kid. But I had to pay for my own pussy since then. Somebody will start you out with your addiction. They'll get you hooked on the addiction. But they ain't going to finance you to that point, to the grave. Now, he or she might get you to start fucking. But they ain't going to be around when you want to fuck again. So if you're going to start something, you're going to start an addiction, you're going to awaken a desire, I hope you, sir and ma'am, are understanding that very desire. I got so horny one night, I woke up out my sleep. Them hormones were raging. You better get up and get you some ass. Some of your addiction don't care what you got to do. You be at work giving up ass, knowing you ain't got no business eating where you shit at. But that addiction, cause you didn't have the self-control of that desire. Play with it if you don't play with it if you want to. I think this is about giggles and kicks and not see the seriousness of being able to afford your addictions. Being a person that is trying to make other people finance those addictions or those desires that you have. you're going to be in spiritual withdrawals. And y'all already know how crackheads act when they can't get their fix. They'll break in your house. See, it ain't about right and wrong when people are caught up in their addiction. They don't, all the rules that you live by, certain men, they don't care nothing about that. When somebody after what they after, they don't care about marriage. They don't care about relationship. They don't care that it's your child. They don't care that it's your family. They don't care about that. They don't care about rules and regulation in this country, around this country. They're after their desire being fulfilled. That's why you should understand yourself. You can have your desire fulfilled in a timely manner, in an appropriate manner. And let me tell y'all something about addictions. What I don't understand, and I use the word afford, because some of you want to have certain type of relationships, and you're not trying to secure yourself with that relationship because it's your desire. You can't desire to want to be with a king or queen or prince or princess or somebody of royal ascension, and you yourself are not trying to elevate. Two can't walk together except they agree. Some of these desires you have gonna cause you to cause conflict in other people's life, because you're gonna be so busy trying to get your desire fulfilled, you're not gonna consider how this is gonna affect other people, places, and things. You so busy trying to get scratched, you ain't considering, is this the right cauldron? You don't care. See, if you had control of your desire, you would know it's going to be fulfilled, but in a time, in due season. And I want the right people to help bring this desire of mine to pass. But when you're in a rush, you don't care who hands on your desire. You don't care who funnel your desire. You don't care. When you're addicted and now you're out of control, you don't care where you get high at. You in the church bathroom getting high, like I don't know it. You don't have control. I heard about a preacher that had sex in the church. You so out of control in your desire that nothing is sacred. I'm using an example. I want you to think about that. How much of you understand how much of your desires, your hidden desires, because we're gonna talk about Scorpio. Though you have hidden desire that you don't want nobody to know you got. If you ever been fishing and sometimes your line is near a rock and you didn't even know that fish was on that rock. Some people got their desires hidden, and you be shocked when they grab that line because you wasn't expecting to catch a fish that close to the dock, but they were hidden. Don't be brought out into the light because you hiding so bad that you see something you want and you jump. The truth that I talk about and the honesty is not for me. It's for you. You keep lying about you don't desire certain initiation. You lying about you don't. That's your secret desire. Don't let your secret desire expose you. I can never get caught and exposed in a whorehouse, in an orgy. I don't care. I'm not gonna feel shame. I'm feel ashamed if y'all stop it. If it is a raid. Because if you ain't coming in here, Mr. Officer, to join in the festivity, I don't see the point of you being here. Because I can use that nightstick for something else. I can use those handcuffs for, I got an imagination. Secret, hidden desires that you will not acknowledge, you won't tamper, you won't indulge. Eventually somebody gonna find out about it. Because you're not the only one in the dark. You're not the only one got secret desires. And if whatever I done did my secret desire, I'm gonna create some more. I got Scorpio in my chart. I'm gonna create some more secret desire. I'm a divine being. I'm a chaos being. I'm gonna always have certain ambitions because I have desires. I'm a spirit, and I'm here to birth my desires and live the life that I choose to live in my destiny. And I'm encouraging you, my brothers and my sisters, that especially my melanated people, take out some time with yourself and understand your desire, your real desire. The one that you're proud of and the ones you shame of, because they steal you. They steal you. This ain't Christianity. This is about energy, frequency, and vibration. And I would hate somebody manipulate you and draw you into their den, into their snare, because you ain't dealing with your desire. Because they're going to draw you away. They're going to draw you away. Now you right here sucking on plastic. Now you right here deep throating popsicles. Because you were lying about your desires. You got that baby sippy cup doing foul things. Alright? Incense burns, candles, all of these things help fulfill your desire. Egg on stick, everything, getting you tools so you can fulfill your desires, whether it's hidden or you don't care if people know about it. Everybody is different, but you want to be in a position, sir and ma'am. Bump what's going on with these people in America. Get in a place where your desires can protect you. Get in a place where your desires can provide for you. Get in a place that your desires can satisfy you. Understand your energy, frequency, and vibration. Understand what makes you happy. What makes you content. What gives you peace. What desire of manifestation makes you feel excited. Take out time and learn what it is to be melanin, what it is to be magical, what it is to be a person that does consistent rituals, what it is to be a part of a group, a purpose, a plan, a vision, and how you should show up in that plan and what kind of desires are healthy for the vision, for the plan. Because if your desire is about being ahead and somebody already ahead, you're going to undermine them because of that desire. If it ain't today, it's going to be tomorrow. You're going to do it because that desire is unchecked. No, I don't mind standing in the back seat. No, you don't. When you be straightforward, I've never faked modesty because I'm not a modest person. And neither do I fake confidence. I humble myself unto the mighty hand of God. But now, bitch, on this earth gonna make me humble myself to them if they ain't more stronger or more powerful than me. It's not gonna happen. I'm cordial. I interact well and play well with others. But humble myself because you got a problem? No, ain't gonna do that. I'm a Sag. Moon in Aries and rising sign Pisces. I hope you're learning tonight. This is a Bible study. Break that desire down and know more about your desire so you can protect those desires and not be easily manipulated because of other people, places, and things. I hope that you got somebody. I hope you hit the like button and share. Thank you so much for being with us on tonight. This is Bible study tonight. This will be a game changer if you listen. You know, I don't believe in telling people what to do. What I do is share knowledge, wisdom, understanding. But there's a lot of layers to what I say tonight. You can't fully understand this. You're going to understand it better by and by. All right? My name is Pasila. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your constant support of our platform, Melanated People. I'm excited. I'm planning on going to Miami tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling, so I can get my Fedifun and Ligba altar erected, because I got most of it done, but I got to get some more stuff and to dress it up really nice for him. I really appreciate many of you guys with your constant support in the activities that we do here. And I hope you're addicted to this. I hope you're addicted to knowledge, wisdom, understanding. How we do real magic here. I hope that you feel that way about me, because I'm addicted to this. All right. God bless you.